Good to see you,
Good to
Dr.
be here.
Abbott. Yeah, good to see you. A magnitude 6.2 earthquake shook near the same location exactly 1 year ago. Is there any particular reasoning behind this, and does it pose any concern for people that live around Ferndale?
Well, the fact that it was on the 1 year anniversary is just a coincidence. There's no scientific meaning behind that. This whole Ferndale area, you're in a geologic area we call a triple junction. That is to say, we're right on the northern end of the San Andreas Fault, then the offshore tectonic plate. It's transform fault, it's subduction zone. It's basically three major faults coming together at a triple point. And so this is not a rare event for Ferndale. You mentioned a year ago, almost the same size. 1992, they had a 7.2. In 1980, they had a 7.3. So this is a region where earthquakes are quite common. And if there's any good news to this at all, at least it's not at a major population center, like not in the heart of Los Angeles or San Francisco.
No question. That
Yeah.
would be a very bad scenario there.
But let me state it this way. You never have just one earthquake. An earthquake is a series of events caused by movements along a fault. And one big movement is going to trigger many, many smaller ones. And the number and size of those depends on the size of the main shock. For a 6.4, we should be having some aftershocks in the 5s, a lot of them in the 4s. They're going to go on for weeks. They'll get smaller, but they'll even go on for months when we get down into the 3s, series of events in 2s and 1s. So an earthquake is really a long-lasting series of events, and our attention focuses on the biggest of the series, 3s.
According to county officials, it is unclear if those people were injured, but they were trapped in those structures after the earthquake hit. Authorities say there are no known fatalities at this hour, but they are stressing that the scope of injuries is not clear. They are still trying to make contact with each city to get a more specific number.
So let's talk more about the damage. I mean, do we have any idea how far this has spread, how extensive it is?
Well, there is no question that the damage is widespread. One Humboldt County official saying a short time ago that it is a total mess in the city of Rio Dell. She says that there are houses off their foundations and no power or water into the city after a major water main break. And in Ferndale, that's near where the quake struck around 2:30 this morning. We know there are cracks in the road and a bridge that's damaged. That bridge is shut down as crews conduct safety inspections. There are also gas leaks and house fires. The windows of storefronts, as you said, in Fortuna have been smashed to pieces. So crews are certainly dealing with a lot out there.
So what do we think? Could they get power up and going sooner than later? Do we know?
Well, these are pretty small towns and cities that we're talking about. Just before 5 a.m., at last check, more than 71,000 customers were without power in Humboldt County. That's 71% of customers in the county. So that's a pretty sizable chunk of people. PG&E crews are on scene. They have initiated their emergency response plan, saying that they are assessing the gas and electric system for any damage and doing everything possible to minimize gas and power outages.